You know, it's actually a dream. I never thought I would have a house, so that's why I wanted it as cheap as I could to fulfill the dream, obviously.
And were you looking for something that felt remote?
This is farmland. The whole property was sold as extra farmland. Then I heard that this house came up for sale, unbelievably cheap at the time. So this was the original farmhouse, and that was the barn.
Wow. And you built the house next door?
So that's yes. As a result of this not having a bathroom or an indoor toilet, there was an outdoor toilet in the barn. The couple who lived here, they had died. So the houses fell into disrepair. But it was unbelievably cheap. In Norwegian Krone is 150,000.
Oh wow, like 15,000 or something.
Exactly,
Yeah.
Very little.
So where does your house begin? I mean, you have two houses.
Instead of changing the house, I built a new one and attached it with a bridge. So there you see it's attached.
Wow. So you have two houses that serve as one.
Yeah.
Did you look at all at doing another wooden structure?
I made loads of drawings to do that, but actually living in the house, you could just see that would just destroy the place. This is the only thing that I knew would work, because I already knew which window to use, where to put it, basically, because this was the least beautiful view. So the window there became the door opening.
Oh, I like your doormat. So you can kind of wipe your feet on stones.
Yes, exactly. Straight into the toilet.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So everything is found or donated by a neighbor. Like the window is donated by somebody. And I found this on the beach. And the bathtub was found locally. So these are all found items, contemporary fossils.
Wow, oh, nice. This is different.
The roof, this is an insulation material. It is supposed to be used between floors, but then I thought this is so thin in volume that it wouldn't take so much of the space. And the added thing is the light, obviously.
So you wanted to reflect the light because certain times of the year there's not a lot of light, probably.
Yeah, in the winter it's super dark, obviously.
And so this is kind of a sleeping loft then?
Yes, so I like to have guests. Actually, it's a brilliant thing because when you have people around, I have a separate space, they have a separate space.
Right, connected with a bridge.
Yeah, with a bridge.
So do you have neighbors that have seen it and not understood? And wow, why didn't you build a wooden house?
Yeah. My next door neighbor used to say that it wouldn't take long before this bridge had a roof. It's been like this for 10 years, yeah. He didn't think I was going to use it. In winter, it gets snowy, but it hasn't. You know, sometimes I walk the other way though, because the wind is so strong. Because the trees have fallen down, you have hurricanes. I mean, it's unbelievably, the storm is so strong.
Right.
So very dangerous. It feels, everything shakes and you feel like this is not good.
Okay.
You get frightened, basically.
Okay.
I've sat here in that chair and I just don't know what I'm going to do now.
Even inside the house, not just on this bridge?
No.
Oh, you mean the whole house?
Inside the house.
The whole house shakes.
And then the electricity goes and right, what do you do? So yeah.
What do you do? Because here you might not get service again for a while.
For a while.
Is there anything that you were looking for though by having this outside? Like, does it do something for you to get outside?
It does. The outdoor toilet was in the barn, so it was always that walk. So that distance is a way of, because you move, you have movement, you start thinking, your brain works differently. So this is the substitute, the 50-meter walk to a 3-meter walk, but it's still something that inspires.
Yeah, it forces you to notice.
Yes, it does.
Right?
The sea eagles love it up there. So they come floating out from there. So there's so many animals and they come so close to you here. It's really nice.
There's a reason to be outside there.
Yeah, there are lots of reasons. Also just the fact that you notice where you are.
What would life have been like out here?
I think it was incredibly rough. But they had a decent piece of land, because they owned the land down to the sea. But there wasn't any electricity till probably the end 50s. It's super simple. There are two beams that holds it, that goes into the wooden frame of that house and into the wood, because this is complete solid wood. And this house was bought somewhere else, transported, and then constructed on site.
So this was like a kit house?
I suspect it was, because I've seen drawings and illustrations of the houses that looks like this.
Would that have been an easier way to build up here?
Yes, because the landscape was completely, the animals had eaten everything. So it's very unusual to have these high trees as they are here. But that was only because the carpenter who lived here liked trees, so he planted them.
But you do see the beams. I mean, it's all exposed.
It's all exposed, yes, it was always like this. And actually a bit frowned upon because it indicated that people were poor. But the woman who was here, she washed it and kept it really light. She had a recipe for using sand and some soap liquid that she cleaned it. So it's extremely light and beautiful. And this is the only room that has panel. And this is where the sister and her husband lived. And the people that owned the house slept downstairs. And this other half of the house, this top half here, was never used. It was unfinished.
So they were using very little space.
Very, very frugal. Unbelievable frugal. Yeah, because they used only a few space. This is the one that probably the neighbors would have approved of because that had panel. But this should also have wallpaper. But this looks like 50s panel to me. So there might have been panel much later.
I like the wood as well along the base. Is that just the structure?
That's the structure. You can even see it closer in this room. You can see everything here. But this was a huge leak here through with the chimney. So the water comes in. Even that was after the chimney had a hat on it. So it's a constant battle with water.
Does it rain a lot?
Yeah, it's part of it. And the wind presses it in and it can go up. It's quite high.
So here you see you have another bed.
I have my guest here and then I open this curtain. So then that becomes a room. This is the only wall I've taken away because there was panel here.
So you were not interested in keeping a solid separation here?
No, I thought this is the only place I can get a bit of space. Yeah. And since it wasn't finished, it was just the beginning of a paneling. Mm-hmm. I thought, why not? But this half of this floor was never used. So that's how frugal they lived. And so these doors are just also from a donation from a neighbor, as is the furniture. It's just improvised as a lot of the other stuff I've done.
So this would have been unfinished and maybe not used?
Probably just for storage.
Because you don't see any paneling here.
No, completely raw. And that's actually fantastic to sleep so close to.
The wood, right?
Yeah.
All your closets are just exposed?
Yeah, that was just something I did in the beginning before I had figured out how to do it, but I've kept them because any new furniture will take over the space. Whereas these old furniture, which I have inherited from my neighbors, work much better size-wise, and also because they're wood. So it's kind of based on taking care of what I have and what I can use, and also take care of the things. So like these three my mother had made, and that's my stepmother restored them. So I take great pleasure in that. The woman of the house was knitting here. This is just to illustrate how frugal they were. So this was her workspace. They never used that. entrance except for Christmas or something. This room, which is the parlor or the best room, besta stova as you could say, that was only used for the national holiday, for Christmas, so 2-3 times a year max.
So people just didn't, they saved rooms.
It's a saving room, absolutely holy, nothing. And we have actually somehow kept it like that. We still haven't got into the habit of using it.
Of using the room.
Of using the room,
Well,
and
it's
now we
funny.
can. But how, you know how it is. You make all this space and then you don't use it. But no, I'm so pleased with it. I have inherited from my grandmother, like this one. But I remember her sitting with this thing when she was very old.
But again, the walls are...
Totally like they were. They have these washers, which is not intended. It's just because of the leaks in the house. But I don't mind them. But I am quite sensitive to. A few years back, I saw something. If I see something dark, I thought, oh, I test it, and there was a leak. So then I had to change the panel because then it was too rotten.
And did you shut this off? Was that
No, they had a stove here.
stove here? Okay.
A couple of days a year, the midnight sun comes straight in here, and in there it's very nice red color through the old washing up bowl. It's funny, you can see it here. Not so red today,
But
you
you
need
see
a
the
direct
glow.
light. You can see the glow.
This is great in here. Look at all the glass, all straight out.
Yeah, and these are the old windows that I changed because this was only this building. They had a separator, they called it, the milk separator. So there wasn't any window, just a plank door. That bit was a very important part of the house when it was a farm. This building, which is the one with the windows now. So I took all the windows that were rotten on the other side, took them out of the frames and squeezed them in there. So therefore I now got much more light into the living room.
So this would have been the milking room you were saying?
Yeah, so that's where the milk came in. So they milked in the barn, and then they had a separator, which is a piece of machinery that the milk goes through. And then they dried meat here, and they dried fish under this. And I made this daybed.
Such a nice spot there. I think I would be there all the time.
Yeah, it is. This is what I think I should be, but I never do. But I do like it. I love it.
Because I should be doing something
Exactly. So you sit somewhere else.
Yeah.
Yeah. So basically it was this room they always were in. This was the kitchen. And you can see here, there is a shadow on that wall. And that is the cupboards, the top cupboards from the kitchen, which is now here. Because they are 50s things, so they're really well constructed. And they're really nice. And I wanted to take care of the space so it didn't feel crowded. And this is so nicely made.
They are. They're actually quite modern.
And they're modern.
Yeah.
And also that thing that they have this little angle, when I've turned it upside down, makes them much more better for the room. I'm very pleased with that.
They're very slim.
Yeah, because exactly, slim fit, which is what you need in a small room like this. They slept in here.
They slept in here. This
Yeah,
is a bedroom.
the couple that lived here
This,
was their bedroom.
just this, I mean, it fits
Just about fits a bed. So they slept here, and then that was their kitchen, and then that front room was for the milk and for going in and out to the farm and out to the toilet.
That's incredible. The house this small is for 2 families.
I could not believe it.
Was that common? If you go back, that the people were just living in...
Very frugally. This is outside, and here, this is the couple that owned it, in the parlor.
In the best room.
Yeah, in the best room. You see? This is Princess Märtha. This is probably in the 50s, because they have electricity. Oh yeah, so that's with the sister. Here you can see, that must be the grandmother, and perhaps her sister, and then Harald. When Harald and Edwina died, the buildings fell into disrepair. I never thought I would have a house, let alone build something. And I had an incredibly helpful carpenter and friend who helped me do it. Hi, Geir. So this is Geir who's helped me do all of these things. The carpenter and my good friend.
Had you worked with metal like this?
No, only with the Kjetil on the old barn over there.
It's a standard roof, really.
Yeah.
So this is aluminium, these ones. So they're quite light. But Geir had good ideas of how to do it. And in the end, we just used the angle grinder with a very fine cutter, really.
How about underneath? What's
Yeah.
the structure? Is it a timber frame?
That's completely solid timber all the way.
Yeah, it is.
Whereas this is a frame, which is the more modern way of doing it.
And it was quite nice to build this wall as well, because it was mirroring
Right.
each other. So it was fantastic to create this meeting point.
With the old house and this. Because this I had changed. But then we noticed it started leaking inside, so we thought, okay, so we came up with using this.
And why connect them with a bridge?
Well, that's a dream, I suppose. Just having a tower.
The light here is interesting, the way it reflects off this.
Yeah. No, I hadn't realized that was going to be so strong, but after having done that wall, that comes back in, which is fantastic.
It plays.
It plays with each other, and yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm even noticing now how the house drifts through this area.
I love it because at a certain time of day, then you get all lights from all sorts of angles.
And this sink, is this an art piece?
This was absolutely standard in all Norwegian homes in the 50s. So that's a sink which was useful because you were farming, obviously, and you were washing the floor, you could pour the thing out. Also, it's probably for men, at least, it's very good for you as a urinal, although it's not supposed to be, but you know, a classic. It's called utslagsvask. So this thing with that rubber ring was always the same, but it's called the Oslo sink.
Where does your sink come from?
That was the kitchen table that was here when I came. It was another way of using what was here.
Do you have anything modern?
I have a dishwasher.
But tiny, actually.
Very tiny. It's because of the size of everything, but it behaves as if it's really big and professional. So I love it. It's very efficient, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I listen to you. So now that's used as entertaining.
Yeah, entertaining. And it's a bar in the barn of sorts.
You could almost be in a different time period here.
Exactly, you could. Hallo igjen, ja.